So with me is Hassan Azad, who was the leading run scorer in Division 2 of the County Championship last season. He's 26 years of age, he's a left-handed top-order batsman. He was born in Karachi, and he's also impressively got a chemical engineering degree. So firstly, Hassan, thanks for coming on today. You were a top scorer last year in the County Championship Division 2, and the things that impressed me was the fashion that you scored your runs in. Batting long, batting time, displaying a high price on your wicket, and also the fact that it was your first full season and yet you were the top scorer in Division 2 of the County Championship, and also you did it for a team that struggled in the County Championship, and therefore you had to score your runs in pressure situations with the team up against it. Considering all those aspects, you must be very pleased and satisfied with the way last season panned out for you. You've got an interesting background. In 2008 you were playing for the Pakistan Under-15s in the West Indies in a World Cup, and you played alongside Babar Azam, Usman Qadir, Zafar Gohar, Muhammad Nawaz, Hassan Ali, Craig Brathwaite for the West Indies also played in that tournament. That must have been a big honour for you to represent your country so young.
Yeah, that's one of my one of the best years that I've been on. Obviously surrounded by such a talented bunch, I don't think I was anywhere near their level of skill or competitiveness. But it was sort of nice for me to be around like such fantastic cricketers, because it allowed me to see how they went about their business. Babar Azam particularly, even at that time, he was I think a class above any of the others, and he showed that straight away by playing for the Pakistan Under-15s pretty much straight away afterwards. But you could see the difference in quality, and he just kept going from strength to strength, and you can see where he is now. Some very good memories from that tour, and a pleasure and an honour to play alongside such fantastic cricketers.
And do you remember who your coach was in that particular tournament from Pakistan? Or does the name escape you?
Not quite. I can picture him,
Okay.
but I can't quite remember his name.
Okay, so it wasn't necessarily a big name as such?
No, not at all.
Okay.
But he was a good coach. We had a pretty decent relationship. I think he was one of those people who knew how to get the best out of his players, and he could recognise how to sort of make the team do well under pressure. I think we did quite well in that tournament. We lost only one game, and we lost in the eventual final against the West Indies. But one of my memories is losing the final and getting absolutely stamped by the coach, even though the tournament was over, which is sometimes how things are done over there, but I can't really imagine much good coming from that conversation.
Right. And you didn't go on to play for Pakistan Under-19s. You moved over to England shortly after that tournament, or a few years after that tournament. Am I right in saying that?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. And so you moved over, and did you have ambitions of playing for Pakistan Under-19s as such, having represented the Under-15s? Or was it a personal situation that required you to move?
It's a difficult question to answer. I think personally, I didn't really enjoy the environment at the time. I think over there in Pakistan, when you get to the national level, it's pretty cutthroat, and it can be a little bit of a toxic environment to be in. I don't think it did me any good being away from my family for 6 weeks amongst in an environment where as a 14-year-old who was used to sort of having my family around, having people that supported me, to go into an environment where you're sort of out there fighting for yourself, and it's pretty competitive, so even your friends are people who you're competing against for the same spot. in Pakistan particularly, it can get to the stage where you feel like you can't trust many people, and I don't think it was doing me much good. So it's a hard question to answer, because I would have loved, I had the ambition of playing cricket at a high level, but at the same time it wasn't doing me much good and I wasn't in a great place mentally, so I think it was the right thing to do to move to England at that time, and I think that was one of the reasons my family took that decision, is to get me away from that sort of environment.
Okay. And I'd like to talk about your education doing chemical engineering. Did you do that with serious ambitions to go into the field, or did you do it as something to fall back on if cricket didn't work out for you?
I think I committed fully to the degree. So my thinking is always if you do anything, you should give it everything and you should commit 100%. So I still have ambitions of doing chemical engineering, and if cricket doesn't work out, then I'll have to do that. So it sort of worked out in a really nice way. I was really interested in the subject, and I quite enjoyed doing it. So even though cricket's my first passion and it always will be, I can't really say that it was just a fallback. I think I really wanted to do it as well, and I enjoyed doing it really. And if I don't go any further in chemical engineering, that's fine, but I wouldn't say it was just a fallback.
Right, okay. And presumably you did GCSEs and A-levels in England as well?
Yes, that's right.
Yes, okay. And where did you go for your chemical engineering? Was it Loughborough?
Yeah, that's
okay.
right.
Yeah, but you also played for them first-class cricket during the summer.
Yes, exactly. Loughborough's the best place to do for people who are looking to go into cricket. I don't think there's anywhere better.
Yes. Yeah. I know Sean Masood, he also has come through the MCC universities, and he's also studied in England. I suppose you know him well? I think you follow each other on Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know him well, but he was coming through the ranks in Pakistan when I was younger, and we did have a little bit of interaction when I was a youngster. And every now and then we do message each other, especially when we used to be sponsored by BC together. Okay. So we do have a little bit of interaction. When he does well in his arena, I send him a message, and likewise, I think when I did well in the county championship last year, he sent me a couple of messages as well.
So both left-handed top-order batsmen, so got lots of similarities. Not just you.
Yeah, I think a couple of people have suggested that we play in a similar manner too, so...
Okay, yes. Yeah, both have, impressive off-field accomplishments as well. He's also studied, hasn't he? I think he went to Loughborough, but he played for Durham as an MCC.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm interested by your Twitter username, Batpadman. Does that mean you're often feeling a short leg or silly point?
Oh, well, that's an interesting question. It came about from age group cricket, where I had the first game that I was feeling a short leg. I got 5 catches.
Right.
And since then, I think one of my teammates, George Bacon, started calling me Batpadman, and it stuck, so that was my nickname through the age group stuff and into the academy.
And is that your fielding position in the county championship when you were playing for Leicestershire last year? Were you often employed?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, that was. I quite enjoyed being in there. Apart from, if you're in the game, especially when say Mohammed Abbas was bowling, and early on in the season when Colin Atkinson was bowling really well, you just felt like you were in the game, and it's a great position to be in because you can't get any closer to the action.
Okay. I was going to ask you now about your cricketing role models growing up. Who did you look up to? And I'm interested to know who you give as a response because of the style of batsman that you're known to be.
My hero growing up was Kumar Sangakkara.
Okay.
I used to love watching him bat. It was just so key. And I don't know, there was a smoothness to his batting that I don't think I've seen in anyone else. I remember I used to have a YouTube clip of a compilation of his cover drives that I used to watch quite often. used to quite enjoy watching. I used to quite enjoy watching someone, but although it's a shame how he turned out.
Yeah. Purely from the cricket, purely from his batting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my other hero was Alistair Cook, especially after the Ashes in Australia, where he absolutely dominated.
Yeah, I thought you'd say Alistair Cook as your first choice because of the style of batsman that you're known to be in terms of knuckling down and really getting stuck in. And at Leicestershire, do Paul Nixon and the coaching staff encourage you to play in that fashion? Just go out there and bat long, bat time, and refuse to give your wicket away at any cost?
I think the environment at Leicestershire is pretty great actually, because they don't enforce any style of play. I've always been encouraged to do whatever I think is right for the situation. And if that means digging in, which often is the case within the batting in the county championship, because it does do a little bit early. Or if I feel like I can progress the game a bit further and be a little bit quicker, then there's nothing that stops me from doing that.
Talking of Leicestershire, it was an interesting season you had last year because you got off to a very promising start, defeating Sussex in the first game, if I recall correctly. Is that right? Last year.
That's right.
Why do you think they weren't really able to capitalise on that win throughout the season?
I think in some ways we were a little bit unlucky in the sense that we had a couple of games we were close to winning, and they got called off due to rain. And when that starts to happen, you feel like things are going against you, and start to get a little bit of a negative momentum going. It's really hard to arrest that. The other thing that is an issue with smaller counties like Leicestershire is that we had a really small squad, which meant that our seam bowlers had a really heavy workload, and losing Tom Taylor, who probably started off the season as our best bowler, he took 10 wickets in the game against Sussex and got injured shortly afterwards. Losing our best bowler in that circumstance, but having a small squad as well, I think it left us a bit exposed. I think the final game of the season, we ended up having to go with two spinners, and although they're really good spinners, considering it was getting through the end of September, where pitchers generally assist seam bowlers a lot, we had to go with two spinners because we just didn't have enough seamers available to play. So I think, that's one of the challenges of a smaller squad.
Yeah, okay. And reflecting on your season, would the match against Gloucestershire, the county championship game against Gloucestershire in June, where you scored a century in both innings, would that be the highlight of your cricketing career so far?
That was a really memorable game for me. My favourite game was the game against Sussex. I think the game against Gloucestershire, I really enjoyed batting that game, but it was it was a really nice flat pitch, it was a high scoring draw. Although a really fun time batting in those conditions, I think the game against Sussex, coming in against, Chris Jordan, Ollie Robinson, in my first game as well, so I had, you don't have the confidence or runs behind you. You're still sort of figuring out where you are as a cricketer. You don't know if it will work or not. So a lot of nerves, a lot of apprehension, and then being able to deliver, get through a really tough spell by some really good bowlers, and getting some runs in a game that we end up winning. I think it was the first time after 18 years that we won at Sussex. I think that was one of my best memories, and I think I'll take that with me for however long I live.
I see, so pretty much from a team point of view, that gave you more pleasure and satisfaction, and also the fact that you contributed and it was your first game, so I understand why you put that as your top cricketing memory up to now.
Yes, I think it was a little bit like a fairy tale, and it's just the quality of that bowling attack was probably the best we've faced all season, and the circumstances as well. from a team point of view, but from a personal point of view as well, I think it went a long way towards helping me realize that I could compete at that level. Whereas by the time we played against Gloucestershire, I feel like I had a lot more confidence going in.
Right.
And I had some runs behind me, which it's not. I mean, that was a great game, but the game against Sussex really stands out for me.
We earlier touched on Babar Azam, and you played with him at Pakistan Under-15s. Last year there was a match between Leicestershire and Pakistan, a T20 match, just before the ODI and T20 series in England. Did you get the chance to catch up with him then? Were you at the game?
No, I wasn't at the game, but I think I'm not quite sure of the circumstances, but I think I might have been doing some coursework.
Okay, yes, because you completed your degree during your last season, didn't you? You completed it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so it's... I would love to catch up with him, but he's on a different level now. I don't even know if he remembers me or not. So... he's an incredible cricketer. I really love watching him back there.
And he was the captain of that Under-15 side, wasn't he? So they talked highly of him back then as well.
Yeah, and I think he got the most runs in that tournament, or the second most runs. Yeah, but, you could just tell that he was above par.
Yeah. And you've spent the winter in New Zealand playing some club cricket, I believe. How did you get on? I mean, whereabouts in New Zealand did you play?
I played for LSD Cricket Club in Auckland.
Yeah. And how did you get on?
Yeah, I had a great time. New Zealand Kookaburra balls, even in club cricket, the pitches are so flat that it's basically paradise for a batsman. I really enjoyed getting involved with the club, helping some of the younger players, and it was just a really nice environment to play cricket. Sometimes when you go over and have noticed there can be a lot of pressure and expectation, but I just felt like I could be myself and enjoy playing cricket. I really enjoyed the season as well. I think I averaged above 15 all formats, and it allowed me the opportunity to explore who I am as a white ball cricketer as well. So I had a great time, and it was great for my cricket too.
And was this your first?
People get to find out until.
Right. Yeah.
Now.
And was this your first experience of going to New Zealand?
I've been to New Zealand on holiday before.
Okay.
For a week on my way back from playing cricket in Australia the last time I was out there. But this was my first time spending an extended period of time in New Zealand.
I see. And have you been to Pakistan lately at all? I mean, to catch up with family and friends?
The last time I went was the winter before last year.
Okay.
I had a great time. Most of my family is still in Pakistan, so it's an absolute ball every time we go out there because you just get spoiled by all the uncles and aunties.
And presumably, when England play Pakistan nowadays, you support England. Did you find the transition difficult when you moved over? Because growing up, you would have supported Pakistan, having also played for Pakistan Under-15s.
It's a tough one. I don't think you ever lose that connection with your home country. So I think it's a little bit weird as well because people expect you to support. I don't think people really. I'm not sure. I think when England plays Pakistan now, I do support both countries. I don't really.
Yes, win-win situation.
I like it when. Sorry.
A win-win situation.
Yeah, it's a win-win situation. I don't really feel bad either way. And I think I'm a dual national as well. I don't think I can deny the fact that I was born in Pakistan and I lived a lot of my life there. A lot of my relatives are there. But it's not. People make it out to be a question of loyalty, but it's not about loyalty really. At the end of the day, it's just a sport. It's not war. So I don't think there's anything wrong with having that affiliation.
And Wasim Khan, he was the chief executive at Leicestershire County Cricket Club. Did your paths cross? I think they did, didn't they? In 2018, before he took on the Pakistan role?
Yes, he was the person who's... when I finished signed with Leicestershire, I was on a 3-month retainer. at the end of the 2018 season. So Wasim Khan gave me my first real opportunity with the county. So it was his signature on the contract. So yeah, I don't know him really well, but we did have some interaction, and he gave me that opportunity. So I'm really thankful.
And are you still in touch at all?
No, not really, because obviously he has bigger fish to fry now, and we weren't really he was the big boss over there, and it's not quite the same as a relationship you'd have with a fellow player or someone who
I know.
interact with day to day.
I know originally Leicestershire were due to play a T20 game against Pakistan again this summer, ahead of their T20 series in England this summer. Obviously, we don't know if that's going to go ahead now, but it would have been good for you to catch up with the likes of Wasim Khan and Babar Azam in that game if it was going to go ahead. We might still go ahead, we don't know, but...
Absolutely, if that happens, that would be really nice. But yeah, you've got to keep your priorities on... I think it's important to have a bit of perspective in terms of what's going on in the world. I think at the end of the day, cricket's a sport. It's not life or death, even though it feels like it sometimes. So I think I'd be really happy if it happens, but I think it's more important to just focus on doing our best with what we can do now.
Absolutely.
And, yeah.
So you touched on your white ball ambitions and aspirations in this upcoming season, if it ever goes ahead. Do you feel it might hinder your game in terms of knowing where your off stump is by playing white ball cricket? And do you feel it was an advantage for you last year in terms of managing your own workload, that you were just playing red ball cricket and you could just focus on that, and perhaps that was a reason for your success and your consistency in the longer form of the game?
I mean, it's hard to say for sure what the reason was. It was nice to... I think I have played a lot of white ball cricket throughout my career, especially like in uni cricket and in academy cricket and all the way through club cricket. So it's not like I don't think it's that difficult a transition to make. I think the best players are able to make that transition. But in terms of rest, I mean, it's not. I can't really say for sure because I haven't experienced the other side of it yet. Especially because last year was my first season, I think I was quite fresh mentally anyway. I was trying to. I wasn't jaded. I had that was my first experience with county cricket, so every game felt like an opportunity, and it never felt like a job. So I don't think it would have been too stressful playing all formats, but I also know the players who've been doing it for years, day in, day out, across all formats. Sometimes it can feel like a long season, so I can't really comment on that until I get to experience it myself, inshallah, sometime soon.
But you'd still consider, I mean, you're more comfortable playing the longer form of the game? Would that be a fair statement? That's always going to be your forte and your stronger suit?
I really enjoy playing the longer formats, but I wouldn't pick one format out as being my favourite. One-day cricket is quite fun as well. You get to just go out and express yourself, and if I'm honest, the odds are stacked in your favour a lot more as a batsman in one-day cricket. Because of flat pitches, fast outfields, you can just get your hand through the ball, and actually, like, as a batsman, you feel like you can get on top of the bowler. Whereas in four-day cricket, it's a lot more about being resilient and outlasting the bowler rather than actually putting your own stamp on the game.
Yep.
So yeah, I wouldn't put myself into a box by saying that four-day cricket is my strength. I really do enjoy playing four-day cricket though, so it's not to say that I don't enjoy it, but I enjoy all formats.
You've spent a bit of time with Mohammed Abbas at Leicestershire. What was he like to have in the dressing room?
Yes, he's amazing. He's honestly one of the best. Everyone knows what he's like as a cricketer, obviously he's world class, right? But he's one of the best people that I've had the pleasure of sharing a dressing room with. If you sit with him and have a chat with him, you wouldn't be able to tell that he's played. He's one of the best fast bowlers in the world because he speaks to anyone like he'd speak to, his friends. And even from the very, very first day, he was that open with us and that humble. That it really shows you how a person should. It's a mold, it's a footprint for how you should be when you're successful.
And was there a language barrier at all, and you had to help out a lot?
What do you mean, in terms of me and him? Or
no, in terms of Mohammed Abbas and interacting with the rest of the Leicestershire team. Naturally, English isn't his strongest suit. I suppose you had to help out a lot with the language barrier?
Sometimes. I don't think... Basibai, he's quite independent. He's pretty good at it. I know he knows enough English to make himself understood.
Right, yeah.
And obviously he's been touring with the Pakistan cricket team, so he has to interact with people, and he's working on getting better and better. So, in terms of getting himself understood and getting his point across, he's actually pretty good at being able to stand up in the dressing room and share his experience. And people respect him for what he's achieved, what he knows. So I don't think he has those issues as much. Obviously, I think we did connect because we could speak the same language and come from the same culture. We could connect on a deeper level, but I don't think it really restricted him from interacting with anyone else.
Okay. That's Mohammed Abbas, and you've also played against him, haven't you, while you were playing for the MCC universities?
Yes, absolutely. That was one of my favorite experiences in my life. I couldn't believe it, watching running in ball.
And had the season gone ahead as planned, you would have been playing against him right now at Trent Bridge instead of talking to me.
Absolutely, yeah. I'm not sure how much fun that would have been facing Mohammed Abbas at Trent Bridge in April. I know that would have been really good. It would have been a nice challenge, that's for sure.
Now, what's the best thing about playing in Division 2? Is it the playing at Lords and getting the opportunity to play at Lords? I know you were due to play there next month, had the season gone ahead.
Playing at Lords is incredible. I've always enjoyed playing at Lords. So wicket's always a bit tricky because of the, we like to leave a little bit of grass on and there's a slope, which means that there's always something happening. But just standing in the middle of it is a pretty surreal feeling. And the lunch is incredible.
Lunch is incredible, yeah.
Yeah, it's like a 5-star, like a Michelin star restaurant.
Yes, I mean, lots of cricketers speak highly of the lunch at Lords, especially those Test cricketers from abroad.
It's a win-win situation opening the batting at Lords because you know that if you're in and you bat for a long time, then you score runs at Lords, but if you don't get so many runs, then you get out early and you get to take into lunch.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I just want to test how much you know about your own game. How many 50s? How many times did you pass 50 last season in the county championship?
I think 8 times.
So you passed 50, so 50 plus scores.
That would have been 11 in the championship and
yes.
12 if you include the university game.
Yeah, the one that had first class status at the beginning of the season.
Sorry?
The one that had first class status at the beginning of the season, the university game.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Because they played 3, don't they? And one of them doesn't have first class status, if I'm correct. The first 2 have, and the third doesn't.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. Do you remember who was the second leading run scorer in Division 2 of the county championship last year after yourself?
I think that would have been Chris Dent.
Is Marnus Labuschagne, so not bad company to be in. Not bad company to be in. And if there's one trademark shot that you have, that you're renowned for, or that you feel most confident about playing, what would it be?
I don't know. I'm not sure if I'm renowned for any shots. I do like scoring runs for a good man.
Right, yeah.
But, yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably say that, if anything.
Okay. So that's a productive region for you in terms of scoring, running the ball down the third man.
Yeah, it's pretty pleasing because you don't have to put any effort in. And it's really noticeable when you get it through that gap.
Well, obviously you're known for your forward defence and leaving the ball outside the off stump. That's very much your bread and butter, which is no bad thing for the longer form of the game.
Yeah, it's well, but I don't think that's part and parcel of cricket for any opening batsman. I think so. It's not anything that's specific to me.
Absolutely, yeah. But that's probably the most important shot, isn't it? The forward defensive in the lead for an opener in the longer form of the game.
Yeah, I think the lead, most importantly. The forward defensive is. You have to have a strong defensive technique, but it's your back foot game is much as your front foot game when you get into the county level stuff. Because you get tested. I think I was probably tested more on the shorter stuff last year than getting forward.
Right. And my final question is, presumably you still follow events in Pakistan. Which PSL team do you follow and support more than the others? Karachi Kings. Because I've heard you also spend...
I grew up in Karachi. My sister supports Quetta because
that's what I was going to ask next. Because I've heard you've also spent a lot of time near Quetta when you were growing up.
Yeah, I was born in Quetta actually.
Okay.
So, and I spent the 80 part of my life in Muslim, which is not, I think, a couple of hours drive from Quetta.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, a lot of my family's from there.
Okay, so thank you, Hassan, for coming on. I'll end the recording now.
Thank you very much.